What's going on, people? It's Izzy yet again, and I'm going to be reviewing the Chelsea and the Aston Villa game that took place today. Now, I was a little bit annoyed by the fact that the fixture listing had both Manchester City against Tottenham and Chelsea against Aston Villa, and I was a bit vexed that they put these two fixtures at the same time, well, 15 minutes apart. But however, I did decide to watch the Manchester City game in advance. That was the one that I was probably having more eyes on. I did from time to time flip back on the Chelsea game, especially when the other one was on at halftime. What I thought about this game was that Chelsea were pretty decent. They had a very good spell right in the middle of the game, and on either side, I thought Aston Villa probably had the very first 10 minutes of the game, and they had the last 10 minutes of the game. It felt as though both sides' best work came from defense. It seemed as though both of the goalkeepers were the men of the match. It seemed as though it had a lot of chances in there. I seemed to have caught it a few times when Chelsea were more on the front foot than when Aston Villa were. I did watch the first 15 minutes, and from what I saw of that, Aston Villa had a goal disallowed for handball. Now, Chelsea grew into the game after that, and while I was switching back to the Manchester City game, it seemed as though they had a few more chances, and Martinez had to make a few good saves, and on the other side it seems like Petrovic had to make a few saves as well. Now, what this kind of showed me was Chelsea were probably a little bit more cautious of Aston Villa, and they should be, because Aston Villa are a very good side. They beat them in the league at Stamford Bridge, and my thought going into this game was that Aston Villa were more likely to win the game because Chelsea had just played a couple of days ago as well and had exerted not as much energy on Middlesbrough, but in that first half, they definitely put enough of a distance between themselves and the championship side to make sure that they won't really have to work as hard in the second half. Now, of the chances that Chelsea appeared to have, Palmer missed one of the most gilt-edge opportunities. That was because the block that he had on the ball that Martinez was trying to clear kind of fell uninvitingly for him. It was pretty vertical, and so he did miss the ball, and by the time the opportunity came back, he fluffed it. So and then after that, the other opportunity that I thought maybe Aston Villa should have taken advantage of was Matty Cash's chance towards the end of the game, which he probably should have squared the ball for Diaby in the middle, and Aston Villa would have nicked the win. But overall, it seemed as though it was a very entertaining game to watch. It was very end-to-end, unlike the Manchester City and Tottenham game, where it felt as though Manchester City were doing more of the prodding and Tottenham were just hoping to catch them on the break. Tottenham also didn't have that much fluency in attack, and that's why that game seemed more of a Manchester City game than in this one, where it seemed as though it was more end-to-end, and Aston Villa seem to have comported themselves very well. Chelsea will be okay with the draw, gives them some more chances to get their breath because they did just have that game a couple of days ago. So overall, I think it was an interesting game. Probably going to try and watch the highlights and see what I missed. But anyway, guys, as always, it's your boy Izzy. Thank you for watching this, and like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for your support, and until the next time, as always, peace.